The room went completely silent the moment Dylan Wang lowered his head and wiped away tears that fans never expected to see. Cameras were still rolling. Staff members stopped moving. Even the bright lights inside the studio suddenly felt cold as his trembling voice echoed through the room with words nobody was prepared to hear. My mom once told me that no matter what happens in life, I should always protect Shinyu. The moment those words left his lips, millions of hearts shattered across social media. Fans who had spent years watching their beautiful friendship suddenly felt like they were witnessing the emotional truth hidden behind every smile, every interview, and every unforgettable moment they shared together. Before you continue reading, make sure you stay until the very end, because this emotional story is something fans around the world are calling one of the most heartbreaking and unforgettable. Who is the person you feel most responsible for protecting? For a few seconds, Dylan Wang did not answer. He simply stared at the floor. His eyes slowly became watery, as if memories from years ago were suddenly returning all at once. Fans watching closely immediately noticed the change in his expression. The smile on his face disappeared completely. Then he finally spoke. "Shinyu." The room instantly became quiet. He took a deep breath, trying to hold back emotions, but it was already too late. His voice cracked as he continued speaking about the advice his mother gave him long before fame changed his life forever. He explained that during the early days of his career, his mother once sat beside him after seeing how difficult the entertainment industry could become. She told him that some people enter your life for a reason, and that true people are rare to find. According to Dylan Wang, his mother admired Shinyu's kindness, humility, and gentle personality after watching interviews and behind-the-scenes moments between them. She reportedly told him something he would never forget. No matter how famous you become, always protect the people who genuinely care about you, especially Shinyu. The moment he repeated those words during the interview, tears rolled down his face. Fans online completely lost control after the emotional clip started spreading across social media platforms. Millions of comments flooded the internet within hours. Some fans admitted they cried while watching him struggle to continue speaking. Others said they had never seen Dylan Wang look so emotionally vulnerable before. But what made the moment even more heartbreaking was what happened next. The interviewer softly asked him why those words still affected him so deeply. Dylan Wang paused again. His eyes became red as he tried to smile through the emotions. He explained that throughout his journey in the entertainment industry, there were moments when he felt lost, exhausted, and misunderstood. Fame brought pressure, criticism, and endless expectations from the public. But during some of those difficult moments, Shinyu remained someone who treated him with sincerity and warmth. He described her as someone who always made sure people around her felt comfortable even when she herself was struggling emotionally. He remembered moments backstage where Shinyu would quietly check on exhausted staff members while everyone else focused only on cameras and attention. He recalled times she encouraged him before difficult scenes when he doubted himself. He even mentioned moments where her simple smile helped him survive emotionally exhausting days. As Dylan Wang shared these memories, his voice became softer and more emotional. Fans watching the interview could clearly see he was speaking from a deeply personal place. The emotional atmosphere inside the studio became almost impossible to ignore. Even some staff members reportedly became emotional behind the cameras. One crew member later shared online that the entire room felt frozen during Dylan Wang's speech because nobody expected such honesty and raw emotion. Then came the moment that completely destroyed fans emotionally. Dylan Wang admitted there were times he felt he failed to protect Shinyu from harsh criticism, rumors, and online pressure. He explained how painful it was seeing someone kind become the target of endless discussions and negativity online. He lowered his head again before quietly saying something that immediately went viral worldwide. "Sometimes I wish I could protect her from everything." That sentence alone caused social media to explode. Fans began creating emotional edits, videos, and tributes within minutes. Some called it the purest thing Dylan Wang had ever said publicly. Others believed the emotional confession revealed feelings he had hidden for years. The emotional clip spread rapidly across entertainment pages, fan communities, and video platforms. Millions of people replayed the interview over and over, trying to understand the depth of emotion in his voice. But the story became even more emotional after fans started remembering old moments between Dylan Wang and Shinyu that suddenly felt different after the interview. People began revisiting backstage clips where Dylan Wang quietly adjusted Shinyu's microphone before interviews. Fans noticed moments where he instinctively walked beside her during crowded events as if protecting her without thinking about it. Old interviews where they laughed together suddenly carried a completely different emotional weight. Every forgotten moment suddenly became meaningful. One viral fan comment said something that touched millions of people online. The loudest love is not always spoken. Sometimes it is shown through protection, loyalty, and staying beside someone even when nobody notices. As the emotional interview continued, Dylan Wang explained that life taught him how important it is to cherish people before time changes everything. He admitted fame can sometimes create distance between people and that many relationships in the entertainment world become fragile under pressure. But despite everything he said, he still respected Shinyu deeply, not only as a colleague, but as someone who genuinely impacted his life. At one point, he completely stopped speaking because emotions overwhelmed him. He covered his face for a few seconds trying to calm down while the studio remained silent around him. Fans watching online said that moment felt painfully real because it showed a side of Dylan Wang nobody had seen before. Not the confident celebrity. Not the charming actor. Just a human being overwhelmed by emotions and memories. The emotional interview quickly became one of the most discussed entertainment moments of the year. News pages, fan accounts, and online communities continued debating the meaning behind his emotional words. Some believed he was simply expressing gratitude and loyalty. Others felt the emotions revealed something much deeper that words alone could never fully explain. But regardless of opinions, one thing became clear. People were touched because the emotions felt genuine. In a world where celebrity interviews often feel scripted and rehearsed, Dylan Wang's emotional confession felt raw, honest, and deeply human. As the interview finally came to an end, Dylan Wang wiped away tears and attempted to smile again. Before leaving the stage, he looked directly toward the audience and quietly said something that left fans emotional one last time. Some people enter your life and change it forever without even realizing it. Those final words became the perfect ending to an unforgettable emotional moment that fans will likely remember for years. And perhaps that is why the story touched so many hearts around the world. Because beyond the fame, cameras, and headlines, people saw something real. Loyalty, gratitude, protection, and emotions too powerful to hide. So now the question remains. Was this simply friendship? Or was it something even deeper that time and fame could never erase? Fans everywhere are still searching for that answer.